What's up, guys? Welcome back to The Last Word Sports, and today we will be breaking down the pros and the cons of the Mookie Betts trade. As we all know, Mookie Betts and David Price got shipped off from my beloved Red Sox to the Los Angeles Dodgers, and on paper, it may not look like a great move for the Red Sox. It looked like the Dodgers definitely won this trade. Twins had their fair share, had their reasons for throwing their name or their hat in the ring, but there were pros and cons for each side, and today that's what we'll be looking at. So we're going to start with the Dodgers, and obviously Dodgers got one of the top 5 players in baseball. They got a solid arm in David Price, so it looks like a steal for them. But I think the biggest part about this trade is that they didn't have to give up like any of their young guys. They only had to give up Alex Verdugo and Kenta Maeda, which in hindsight, looking back at the trade, is huge because they didn't have to give up guys like Gavin Lux. They didn't have to give up guys like Will Smith. You know, just like young guys who still got so much more to give and so much more to grow. Paired in the outfield with Cody Bellinger, I think Mookie Betts is going to do absolutely remarkable things with him. Cody Bellinger, obviously, last year's MVP. Probably going to have him play center field because Mookie, 4-time Gold Glove right fielder, you can't move him away from his position. Mookie Betts probably going to end up being their leadoff hitter, as he can honestly do anything. One of the best 5-tool players in baseball. Really sad that he's no longer a part of the Red Sox. He was my favorite player. He probably still is, regardless of what team he's on, but it's really sad watching him move on. But it's a good opportunity for him. The Dodgers are, as I said, a very stacked team now. And they had to give up 2 non-essentials. As I said, Alex Verdugo and Kenta Maeda, guys that aren't really going to make or break them this upcoming season. And, you know, David Price, he's a good 3rd or 4th starter in their rotation. He's solid. You know, people have said, like, over the years, oh, he's getting older. Velo's starting to slow up. Just stuff like that, just trying to make excuses on why he's bad. But if you really dive in and watch him play, he's not really that bad. He's a solid 3rd or 4th starter. He's definitely not worth what he's being paid, but he can definitely contribute to a championship team. Now that Mookie is on this roster, there are no flaws because he fits in perfectly as their leadoff hitter. Got guys like Max Muncy who are fast but can still hit for power. Cody Bellinger, Justin Turner, absolute just murderer's row. You got guys like Will Smith and Gavin Lux, who I mentioned earlier, who honestly, in my opinion, are going to have breakout seasons this year. And this is the Dodgers' year to win, and that is their con. That is my only con for this trade. Because if they don't win this year, what are the chances Mookie re-signs next year? And if they don't win this year, then they're stuck with David Price's contract. Maybe Mookie goes somewhere else, and they pretty much just obtain this horrible contract that they now have to pay off. And now you're just stuck with this roster who's lost 4 years in a row when they should have been winning World Series. So that is honestly the only bad thing for the Dodgers. And if that is the only bad thing for a team after a trade, like, you are so good that if you don't win this year, it was a bad trade, then, like, in my opinion, you did everything right. The Dodgers definitely won this trade, but, you know, it's what it is for Red Sox fans. We'll actually move on to the Red Sox next. So I'm going to start with their cons. Cons, obviously, you lost your best player. You lost your MVP, your franchise player. It's just, Mookie was just a huge piece of our team. The city rallied around him. Everybody loved him. It's just really unfortunate that he had to ask for a $420 million contract over 12 years, instead of a $300 million deal over 10 that we offered. And it's just unfortunate that we had to get rid of him, just get something out of him, because we knew he wasn't going to re-sign anyway. Also lost David Price, not a big deal. I mean, as I said, he's solid. He's a lot better than people give him credit for, but he's not going to make or break a team. He can contribute, but he's definitely not going to go out there and win upwards of 16 to 20 games a year, get like, I don't know, 200 strikeouts a year. Probably just it's probably just not going to happen. Like, David Price just is kind of a whatever guy. I mean, as I said, Mookie's contract, it's just something that they needed to get rid of. We just weren't going to re-sign him. We needed to get some value, and it is what it is. But honestly, the pieces that we got, I would have liked to get a little bit more. I would have liked to ask for a Will Smith, because Will Smith can play, and he's got a lot of upside. I would have liked to ask for a Gavin Lux, because we're in desperate need of a second baseman, and Gavin Lux is a stud. But the guys we got, you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Alex Verdugo. Verdugo grew up a Sox fan, and he's no slouch with the bat. He hit around 300 last year. Mookie hit around 300 last year, so we're hoping to see some similar production with on-base percentage. Hit plus 10 dingers. Just a solid guy. He's a 5-tool guy, but he doesn't do one of the 5 tools extremely well. He's got pretty good arm, pretty good speed, pretty good in the field, hits pretty good for contact and power, but you know what? He doesn't do one of them exceptionally well. But he's 23. He's still a young guy. We'll see if he can be good in the future. I really like him as a player. I think he's going to go really well in our outfield. Maybe he'll probably slide into the right field spot, keep Jackie Bradley Jr. in center field. We also got Bruce Gratterall from the Twins. I probably butchered that name, and I'm sorry, but I looked at this guy. I looked at some videos. I looked at his stats because I had no idea who he was, and I wanted to know who we were getting back, in this case from the Twins, who threw their hat into the ring last minute. He's got a cannon from the mound. He's got a lot of upside. I mean, he can throw for velo. He's got good junk. He had 10 strikeouts in less than 10 innings when he pitched in the majors last year. Granted, his ERA was like almost 5, but he's young. He's still young. He's got a lot of upside. I'm kind of excited because watching him, he was very exciting to watch. I think Boston's really going to like him, really going to rally around him. In the minors, he actually had a 2.48 ERA, which is super, super solid. And again, you got to look at big picture. Boston still has guys like Xander Bogaerts, who just won a Silver Slugger last year after not being so great with the bat his first couple years in the league, and now he's starting to finally hit. Still got guys like Rafael Devers. He's probably 25-year-old third baseman. Still got room to improve defensively, but offensively just such a powerful hitter. Still got guys like JD Martinez who could go off and hit for 50 home runs a year. Still got guys like Andrew Benintendi who had probably one of the worst years of his career last year, so that means he can only go up. His production can only go up. And we've seen what he can do in the past, as we saw in 2018 when the Red Sox won the World Series. He was a huge piece of that team. He was the number 2 hitter. He had that huge sliding catch against the Astros to go to the World Series. We still have players that can rally around each other and can play well together, and still, in my opinion, a team that can go to the World Series. I mean, we still got Chris Sale, man. Still got Christian Vasquez. We re-signed Mitch Moreland. Like, these are guys that can play. These are guys that can have had World Series experience because all of these guys were on that championship roster. So, I still think the Red Sox have a chance this year. A lot of people don't anymore because, traded Mookie, but I still think they have a shot. All they really need is some more arms, a good bullpen guy, and Gratterall looks like he could be that. So, we'll see what happens. Another thing I wanted to mention was Mookie, his 1-year deal with the Dodgers. Hopefully, this will turn into an Aroldis Chapman situation with the Cubs, where it's kind of like a 1-year rental. They come back, win something, and then he goes back to the team that shipped him off, and we pretty much get Verdugo and Gratterall for free in a way because we got rid of a horrible contract in David Price. I mean, I'd like to be optimistic about it. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not, because Mookie's still going to ask for this insane contract that we can't give him because of how much we're paying everybody else already. But what can I say? He's my favorite player. Just got off the team. I want to stay optimistic and hope he comes back someday. Last team, the Twins. The Twins were kind of just a throw-in. They threw out Gratterall. That's all they really gave, and they got Kenta Maeda, which is a good trade for them. For the position they're at with their club, that's a solid deal. They kind of just mediated this whole thing. They got a really good veteran pitcher in Kenta Maeda. It shows that they want to win now. And you know what? Good on them, because they should win now. They led the league in home runs last year, and they just added Josh Donaldson, one of the premier third basemen in the MLB. Like, good for them. They should really keep making moves like this, keep trying to get some pitchers, get some more guys in the bullpen that can really deal. Maybe get, I don't know, like another infielder, another middle infielder that can like really put the squeeze. Like maybe a guy like Andrelton Simmons, I don't know, but they're close. I think the Twins are on the break of winning the division, making a run this October. It's just they're a fun team to watch. Guys like Byron Buxton are so fun to watch just because of how fast he is and like the crazy defensive plays he'll make. Nelson Cruz, you can kind of count on maybe 40 plus home runs a year from him. Got guys like Miguel Sano. It's just they are a fun team. This is a move highlighted with Mookie Betts and David Price and Verdugo to the Sox, but kind of the underline is that they did get Kenta Maeda, and Kenta Maeda is solid, but he's not going to win you a championship, kind of like Price, but he's going to contribute, and I think that's all the Twins need at this point. They just need more guys who can contribute. I think the Twins honestly don't have any cons in this position. They were kind of just mediating, and good on them for getting who they could in this situation. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you're new here, please subscribe. Also, check out our music podcast, and soon our movie podcast will have a video. I know people have been asking about it, but we're gonna try and get one up maybe next week, something like that. Yeah, subscribe for new videos. Like if you're new. This has been The Last Word.